Hey everyone, I'm Joseph, back at it with David. That's David. And we're talking Thor Ragnarok spoiler review. So again, spoiler review. So we're going to talk about everything and anything. And if you haven't seen it yet, don't recommend you watch this video quite yet unless you don't care. Then watch away.
Have a good time.
Yeah, you know, because we're going to ruin some stuff for you. And we're going to tell you how we feel.
That's why I didn't do the non-spoiler review.
Because he's not about that. He likes ruining stuff for you. And he's going to tell you how he feels.
Sorry about that.
He's not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry?
Oh, Demi Lovato?
Is that who says that?
Yeah, that's her song.
That's the chick who dressed up like Selena.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, peeps. Before we jump into it, don't forget to smash that like button if you like this video. Click the subscribe to see more and stay tuned. And remember, if you share this video, you might save a life. I'm not promising that, but there's always a chance. Jump into Thor. You haven't seen David in a while. Let him start.
Hey everybody, been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm back. Joe is with me. We're going to do our thing, but we're going to do a little different this time. This time we're going to start with what we don't like, and then we'll get into what we like.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Joe, what did you not like?
Hey, is there anything I didn't like? How long is this movie? Alright guys, look, I wanted to like it. I was excited for this movie. And all the reviews were just like, it's the best movie in the MCU universe. It's great. It's amazing. All that. And I was like, cool. I'm excited. It's going to be a great movie. And then I was like super disappointed. And, alright, see, what the first thing I don't like, the forced humor. It's just like non-stop humor. Like taking away from like pivotal moments when you think it's like a serious situation. And then there's always that guy who just comes in and says some bullshit joke that wasn't needed.
Didn't need it, didn't want it.
Yeah.
But yet, it was there, and it was there a lot.
A lot. That's like, I was like, I'm cool with it being funny, but it also kind of, we talked about it, Thor didn't feel like Thor. It was like, Thor, the character is funny, but he's funny in subtle Thor ways, like, for example, this movie, the email joke. Or even, you know, Strange filling the beer up. Little things like that makes Thor funny. Or Thor 1. I'll have another.
That's Thor humor.
That's Thor humor. Not the very beginning spinning chain thing. Oh, hold on. I'm not even doing this. I'm not even moving. Like, stuff like that. I was just like, you're taking away from this.
It seems like Marvel tried to take advantage of everybody saying that Chris Hemsworth is really good at comedy, which he really is.
He is.
You know what? One of the very good moments of Ghostbusters was Chris Hemsworth. So they wanted to add on that. So what do? They bring in a comedic director, Taika Waititi, and hit you with comedy. And granted, there was some points. Okay, that's funny.
There's chuckles.
But there's times where, like my boy says, when we needed something grounded, something serious, and to propel the MCU, we got a joke.
Yeah. And it was like, from the very start to the very end. I mean, at the very, one of like the last scenes, spoiler, like I said, Asgard gets destroyed. What do we hear? Oh, Foundation's gone. Like, I mean, that's major. I mean, just like,
oh, if there's good foundations, then we'll be boom.
Yeah.
Oh, no foundation.
Yeah, and but you gotta do it in the Korg voice.
Yeah, and
oh no, foundation. Like, I don't know how to do it. Like, cause it's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's because for one, I'm a big fan of Thor Ragnarok. I'm a big fan of Planet Hulk, which is this movie. It's those two mashed up. I just don't think they were mashed up well.
That's a great way to segue into that. It talks about two things I didn't like about this movie, or not really. Just it was two movies into one. It was Planet Hulk, and then whatever Marvel wanted to do with pushing the MCU along. If this was a Planet Hulk movie, it would have been outstanding. If this was just a Thor movie, it would have been outstanding. The problem was there was too much jumping from A to B.
Yeah.
A to B. Like we had a scene where the fight was about to happen.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, oh, okay, all right. And they jump back to Asgard, and it's quiet, it's somber, and Hela's having a conversation, basically saying, hey, not only is this Scourge, but this is Scourge the Executioner. Yeah. There's a reason why they're calling it. Great. Like I said, by itself, great scene. But I understand the problem. I understand the problem that Universal owns the rights to make Hulk movies, and Marvel can't do it. So to jump that or sidestep or whatever you want to call it, they just throw Hulk in other movies.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I understand that Kevin Feige wants to do a Planet Hulk story, but he can't because said problem before. So now let's just mash him. Let's make it a buddy cop. You know, let's make it Lethal Weapon in space. Yeah. You know, I mean, so I get it. I understand the reasoning. But for me, being a Marvel fan and being invested in all these movies, the last thing we want to do is have something either A, rushed, or B, smashed together. And this is, we got the latter of the two. I agree with him 100% with the jokes and everything else. Don't get me wrong. There was some funny, there was some chuckle moments. There were some good things.
Good jokes. There was just a lot of, like, in-your-face laugh at this.
Yeah, just at the same time, it's like, oh, man, it's not funny if you have to spoon feed it to me. Let's make it natural. Let's make it. We didn't get that. Another thing I didn't like, and I think you agree with, the CG was bad.
Yeah, there was way too many moments in this movie where I was like, oh, that CG is a no-go. And we say it all the time, like, CG should never really be an issue in a movie anymore.
Ever.
Especially one with a budget like so. You know, so that was like, I remember sitting there just, oh man, like, just in my face, obvious.
If New Line makes this movie, then I get it. But this Marvel is backed by the House of Mouse, and anytime Disney backs you, you have unlimited funds. So it should never look this bad. Yeah. There was a scene, and it threw me off, just made me say, I hope it's better, because right now it's very bad. And they're in Norway, and it was a big green screen. I mean, they could have been in my backyard and it wouldn't have mattered because it was a big green. It was bad. Yeah. It was terrible. And look, Jurassic Park was made almost 20 years ago and still looked better than this.
I was like, that still look good. And the thing is, like, that scene was supposed to be like, you know, this powerful scene, and I couldn't focus on what was going on because I'm just like, God, that's so bad.
I will give Taika Waititi props for he's very, very detailed. I think the problem with Taika Waititi, he's a very good director, and he's gonna be a great director. He's done two good movies. Yeah. He's never done a big budget, and I think it was a little too big for him, and I think it showed here. But his attention to detail was very, very good. Like, okay, in the second Thor movie, when Mom died and she went up, and you know,
yeah,
that's the same way Odin went.
Yep.
You know, so like. Little things like that. In the first movie, where in the opening credits you see Asgard and it looks like an amount, but you realize you're from under, then you come up, it looked just like that.
Yeah.
Like granted, he was handcuffed because he had to do it.
Yeah. But
just paying attention to that kind of detail really speaks volumes about a director. Mm-hmm. You know, and I appreciated that. But at the same time, you could tell that I think the scale of the moment was too big for him. I think the lights were a little too bright, and I think the stage was a little too big. But that comes in time. He does another Thor movie, maybe an Avengers movie. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows where they can go? I mean, I still think he did a good job. Like, I mean,
we're knocking it. The talent is there.
Yeah, I was like, we're knocking it, but it's still not Iron Man 3 bad.
It's still the best of the three.
Not Thor 2 bad.
It's still, well, for me, it's still the best Thor because in the opening scene, and I know we're jumping around all over the place.
Yeah, but
the opening scene when he fights all the minions and Surtur sitting there, that is the best representation of the God of Thunder I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. I'm sorry, the Lord of Thunder.
Yeah, the Lord of Thunder. The Lord of Thunder. Or what is it? He's like the seductive Lord of Thunder. It's seductive God of Thunder.
And you better get that right because you know, I mean, it's a big deal when Odin's son says that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, so no, like, and you're right. Like, I mean, we did talk about that. That opening's like. We're, you know, kind of, because we're knocking it back, so we're kind of mentioning a couple things we did. Like, that opening scene was one of them, just because the way he fought, I'm like, that's how it, you know.
That's Thor.
Seeing it in a comic, that's how I pictured it. Now I'm seeing it live action, I'm just like, yes, that's perfect.
You know, we just knocked the CG.
Yeah.
Let me bring the CG up for a second. There was a scene, and we've seen it in the trailer, but it's still gorgeous. There's a scene where all the Valkyrie come in, and Hela's sitting there, and it, like I told him earlier, it looked like they just saw a painting, took a picture, and said, it's in the movie.
Yep.
Because that was beautiful.
It was. No, it was the way he did it and everything. Like, you know, it was just, there was like no crazy nonsense. It was just like, look at this. Look at this, bro. That's beautiful.
This is what I can. This is what I can do. This is what I will do on a grander scale. A couple movies down the road.
Yeah.
You know, I've said it 100 times. I could never do what he did. But if he's a director, I'm not. I'm gonna expect more. And if they give you the keys to the car, don't wreck it.
Exactly.
And I think he wrecked it. I don't think he wrecked it, totaled it.
Yeah, hey,
I think
it's
there's like
salvageable.
I think there's a dent on the fender.
Yeah, you know, there's some scuffing.
Yeah.
A little bit of paint.
Yeah.
Chipped off. You know, it's repairable.
It's not totaled, but yet if you drive it, people are like, hey, you got a wrecked car.
Yeah. Hey. Oh.
You know, get that fixed.
The dude with no car's like, oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
The dude with no car's like, dude, I drive that all day. I don't even care. I won't even fix it.
So no, I mean, I can't even say we liked it. Like we were I don't know how to describe that.
I can't say I didn't like it. I can't say I did like it.
Exactly.
I think it was serviceable. I think also that they lied to us because Kevin Feige said that Ragnarok is gonna be the movie to change the Marvel Universe and put it on his ear just like Winter Soldier did. It didn't hit that mark.
Nah.
So now we're going into Black Panther and then Infinity War with an idea, spoilers, that... Where's Asgard?
Basically.
Because from another thing I got from this movie is, to me it seems like the whole Marvel Universe revolves around Asgard.
Yeah.
Villain 1, Loki, Avengers. You know, I mean, just the Tesseract. This is like everything comes from Asgard.
Yeah. You know, and then even Thor in the beginning is like he's the one who knew about the stones. You know, he's the one who knew about the Infinity Stones. He's, you know, what I mean, he's like the only Avenger, you know, from the first Avengers who's actually allowed to go into the cosmic verse at all so far.
Granted, that is changing.
Yeah,
I mean fast.
That will switch real quick. But I'm saying like from the first Avengers and like, you know, all the like Cap and Iron Man, all that, he's the only one to really travel anywhere other than Earth, you know. Yeah. So he's kind of like the plug for the character so far. So, and I got to mention it before I forget. At the very end, that ship, and because I'm a fan, and he mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I hope so. At least I hope you're right. You see, when they're building or carving or the Hulk's face statue on the bottom, we see Beta Ray Bill.
You do see Beta Ray Bill,
and at the very end, they're on a ship, and the ship resembles very closely to a ship that's saved by Beta Ray Bill
in the animated movie.
So
it's Planet Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Planet Hulk? If we're wrong, tell us because I know you will.
It's like I think it is. Yeah. Verify that for us, please. I think it is. I don't know. I can't remember right now, but it looks like that ship. And I think I'd like to see that character because I think he's a really badass character.
I'd love to see.
You know what I mean? Beta Ray Bill is dope. Stormbreaker. Yeah, we had a discussion. I was like, we had a discussion.
It came down to Stormbringer.
Yeah,
or Breaker.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we're googling it.
When in doubt.
Yeah, hey, and it said Breaker, so Breaker it is.
Breaker it is.
Because every time I describe him, like, you know, his little hammer, even though it's huge, but compared to Monier's, like, raw, and then his is just like more defined.
he has more of an Ultimates hammer because it's got I think it's a hammer on one side and like the axe on the other, or something.
A little like pick on one side.
Yeah, you know, so.
But I mean, I bet it's still fucking ridiculous. But that's not the point of the story. I'd like to see that character, and I mean, we see the statue there, so meaning maybe he was a champion at one point, won his freedom.
Well, he had to be. If he was on the tower, he had to be.
He had to be a champion. Maybe he won his freedom. Maybe he died.
And who says that's Beta Ray Bill?
It could be his race.
Could be his race.
So that means.
So that means we can.
They exist.
Look. If we got Adam Warlock and Guardians 2, why can't we have Beta Ray Bill down the road?
All right. Secondly, let's talk about how they ruined two of my favorite characters. And by two, I mean Korg. and Meek. But Meek is, I mean, they ruined him. But you know what's funny? The way they ruined Meek, they made him better.
They did. They made Meek a warrior, and he's not.
Yeah, I was like, so, like, they didn't ruin him, but, like, they changed him drastically.
Reminds me of a certain Volkswagen in a certain franchise. That some asshole shit on my childhood. We're not gonna say who.
Hey, I don't even know. What Volkswagen.
Exactly. Please keep moving.
So Meek was this badass little ninja warrior, and Korg was this bluish rock little voice rebellion starting
pussy.
That's exactly what he was. That's exactly what it was. And I was just like, man, Korg for one should have been, he should have looked like Thing kind of, but slimmer. Should have been a badass.
Hey, we're gonna start a rebellion. You wanna come?
Hey, we're gonna get on the big ship. You wanna go? You wanna go? Like that's what it sounded like. It's like, God, oh my God.
I just want everybody out there watching this to know that we've talked about this and we are ready for the hate because apparently everyone loves this movie.
I know. Hey, look, nothing against you. You love it. You love it. Tell me why you love it though.
Tell us why we're wrong.
Exactly. Because I mean, honestly, I really wanted to like this movie.
I wanted to love this movie.
I love Thor. I think Thor is a baller character, and I feel like they haven't done him justice at all.
Any trailer, any movie, you throw some Zeppelin in it, we're in. We are in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they did use that song like 3-4 times.
It was twice.
I thought it was 3 times.
They used it twice. They used it for the opening scene and then the bridge.
Okay, yeah, twice. So I mean, it was cool, but I mean, I don't know. I just felt like Thor hasn't still.
I mean, you can't have a Thor movie that have that song. I mean, it says Hammer of the Gods in it. I mean, Valhalla.
Like,
I mean, come on.
Is it Tower of the Gods?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't hate it. We didn't love it, guys.
No, we really didn't. It's not Iron Man 3 bad like he said.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Thor 2 bad either.
It's not Thor 2 bad.
But it's not Ant-Man good?
I know what I want to say, but I'm not.
Say it. It's too late. We need to know. Pondering minds question you. Say it.
It's not Iron Man 2 good. But I'm just saying.
Hey, just in case you didn't hear him, he said Iron Man 2.
It's my favorite freaking Iron Man movie, so I don't care.
All right, he said it's not that good. And I told him it feels like it's like a weird wannabe knockoff Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Too much humor.
Yeah.
Taika, I get it. You're a funny guy.
Yeah, no, and I feel like the movie could have been, funnier if the jokes hit, but I just felt like everything, it felt too forced.
It really did. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's like, hey, it was just like, laugh.
It's like someone told him, like, you have to make this movie funny. And he was like, okay. And then they saw it, they're like, no, we need more. And he was like, but that worked. And they're like, no, I want a joke shoved in.
There's some executive in the studio saying, we have a comedic genius playing our lead. It has to be funny.
Exactly. So, and I think that was the downfall. They're trying to make it over the top funny, kind of diminished it a little bit for me. I mean, I think that's my biggest issue. Is just like I'm trying to sit there and enjoy. And then the villain. All right, let's talk Hela. We haven't even talked her. I really liked the way she looked. I thought she
looked great.
Great.
She looked great.
But between the 3 villains, Grandmaster, Hela, and I can't say his name.
Surtur.
Thank you. Neither one of them made me feel like, oh no, villain, yo. Like, I was like, oh, I'm in danger. Like, I never felt like, oh, devastated. It was just like, there was 3 of them, and Grandmaster confused me because he was way too playful, and he was trying to have way too much of a good time. And Hela was just like, she would talk, and then she just killed everybody, and then they stabbed her, and nothing happened.
She fell into the Marvel problem of villains. She wasn't memorable. Loki still holds the crown of being the best Marvel villain, and he was the worst Loki I've ever seen in this movie.
Yeah.
She had a great story. She was played by an amazing actress. I mean, wow. Kate Blanchett can do no wrong in my eyes. My problem was they put the Angela character and his first son character and put it all into her. Yeah. And basically, if you're gonna do that, well then shit, just make up a character and then that
that would have been better. Just making up a character or bringing one of the 2 actual siblings or Angela, like, you know what I mean?
And another thing is, she said she was the goddess of death. A lot. Which just gives you confirmation, and to take a word from Korg, the foundation that...
You didn't say it. Foundation.
The foundation that she is going to be the interest of Thanos. Or Thanos is going to pursue her. Yeah. Because as we all know, he's in love with death. Mm-hmm. And she will be the personification of death moving on. So to get it out of the way, no, she's not dead. How can she die? She's deaf.
I mean, yeah, exactly. The only thing, probably just like, you know.
She got a scratch on her face.
Yeah.
She'd probably dig that a little more.
So, yeah, no, I mean.
Crazy mass murderers dig scars. I don't know.
He would know.
I don't like scars. Chicks dig scars. But
Guys,
anyways.
oh, and there's 2 credit scenes. I almost forgot about them. One is cool. I thought it was because of what it could be. You know what I mean?
Very subtle.
Yeah.
Very not in your. Very not turn around smile. Hey, I'm Thanos.
Yeah. It was exactly like a lot of people who don't know the comics or any of that, you know, the lore and all that back stuff, could see that and be like, what the hell is that?
That's why we needed that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why we needed that. Yeah.
That a lot of people, like I had friends would be like, what the hell is that? I was like, oh, I know what it is.
Who's the purple guy?
I thought Darkseid was DC, but and then there's a second one which was just
dumb.
It's like Spider-Man, just patience,
and scene.
Yeah, I hear.
But you know, after all that, wasn't a great movie. Wasn't a bad movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was no. Let me tell you, I didn't enjoy it. I pushed through it. It's a necessary evil.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't go back and watch it again.
I've seen it once, and I'm probably gonna see it once unless it's on TV.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not paying money to go see that again and again and again.
No.
You know, so that one's a one and done for now.
Yeah. But other than that, tell us what you think.
Definitely, we want to hear your thoughts, your opinion. I mean, everyone likes this movie. Maybe we missed something, and you can clear that for us, or maybe
we're just a bunch of assholes. I don't know.
Possibly that. Just let us know in the comment section down below your opinions, all that, and then communicate with us. Let us know. We did ask a Beta Ray Bill that animated movie, which one it is. If you remember, let us know in the comment section down below because we appreciate that. All right, guys. And don't forget you can stay in touch with us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Those will be in the description box below. And as always,
we'll see you at the movies.